Welcome back to the FanSpeak Network and another episode of NBA Betting Card Live. I am joined every Tuesday by Spread Astarire, Tyler Hicks, to talk through the NBA slate, and that's no different for this year. And I'm so excited that we were going to break down the Tuesday slate with these guys to start off the new year right and find some winners. And I was just telling the guys, I'm kind of personally looking forward to getting back to regularly scheduled programming, regular work schedule, all that good stuff. So yeah, let's start the new year off right, boys. And I'll go to you first, Spread. How's the new year treating you so far? And what do you think of tonight's slate?
Yeah, I'm ready to dive back in. Tyler and I, this is the first time we actually took a couple days off the last 2 days.
Yeah.
I didn't even run projections. And the idea was there was so much variance going on. Not only did I think it was harder to find edges, but maybe a little needed break there for us. But we're excited to dive back in tonight. There's some interesting matchups, including one that really stands out as far as narratives, and I'm talking about the Celtics and the Thunder there. But yeah, I'm ready to dive right back in, and we got to be ready, Tyler, because after this 6-game slate today, we have a 12-game slate for tomorrow. So these teams are ready to ramp up here as the NFL season is winding down.
Oh, those words are like heartbreaking to me. I keep telling myself, you still have 4 weeks of NFL before like the 1-game Super Bowl. I have to like go through like therapy with myself as the NFL season winds down, because that's rough for me. I'm coping by getting in the NFL playoff best ball street. So I have all different coping mechanisms. So anyways, I just wanted to warn you of my trigger words, Spread.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. I know
NFL winds down and
marketing goes.
I curl up in a ball. But I'll save this for Thursday, Spread. So I watched both the bowl games with my dad and brother last night. I'm fully into Michael Penix Jr. Fully on board with you.
Sweet, huh?
Oh my God. Steve was like, yeah, he's like a bigger too. And I was like, okay, I'm sold. Okay. What do we have to do for Washington to get him? It's like all my loyalties to Sam Howell.
Well, he should be there because he's got injury concerns. I can't imagine him going in the top 10.
Yeah. Well,
you're Drake May. You're taking Drake May. You're getting the other UNC guy.
I fell in love last night, guys. I fell in love last night. So I'm just saying, like, I'm not like, I watch college football very casually. So like, and then again, like, then I obviously watch more stuff as the draft process. And I swear to God, we'll get to NBA. But as the draft process heats up, then I watch more stuff. But like watching a whole entire game of him, I was like just enamored. So yeah. But I'm not usually I'm very, as you know, very skeptical that we are going to get many true NFL stars out of all these amazing college prospects. But I'm like totally sold on him. So I see what you see, Spread. I see what you see.
That's all right. Yeah, we're going to get you to come around. It was fun watching all those future NFLers yesterday.
All right, we'll talk more about that Thursday, because that is the NFL show. So. Tyler, I'll go to you. You got a little break from the NBA in the last couple of days, but it sounds like you had a couple spots you like tonight. What are you thinking on tonight's card?
Yeah, I mean, couple spots. I mean, Spread touched on the OKC Boston game. I think there's another game we'll maybe dive in on too, but we'll get into those matchups game by game, just to slowly knock the rust off after a couple of days off, and we'll be right back into the flow of things.
Perfect. And Tyler, doing a show with me, I'll always bug you for some degen stuff and some player performance doubles and all that good stuff. So sorry, I had to warn you ahead of time.
No need
all right. All right. Perfect. Well, then let's get into the first game here, guys. We've, at least on my board, I'm going FanDuel Sportsbook going down through it. And I've got the Chicago Bulls at the Philadelphia 76ers. 76ers favored by 10.5. Total is 223.5. Big spread here. So break this one down for me.
A battle of two teams that have been making money as of late. The Chicago Bulls 5-0 against the spread in their last 5 road games, but Philadelphia 6-1 against the spread in their last 7 games at home. Chicago's been going under lately, and I think that when they lost Levine, the addition by subtraction, that helped the defense a lot, because with DeRozan and Levine, there was just too many people to attack. It's easier to hide one bad defender than two. It's weird how exponential that is, but one bad defender seems to be par for the course, even on a championship team. 2 bad defenders, it can be really easy to exploit. So the addition by subtraction has helped Chicago, especially on the defensive end. When I look at this game, I have it projected at, I pulled up the wrong one. The playbook is right here with the treasure map, and we have not hit an X mark the spot yet at all. I have this as a 12-point Philadelphia win, but my brain says to take Chicago and the points. I do believe they could keep this close. Of course, when it's the NBA, we have to be constantly monitoring this injury report. So I'm going to refresh that right now and see where we're at with this team. I expect Embiid's back, right? Of course, with that. And my computer's going real slow, Tyler. So do you have an injury report up and you could do the breakdown from there? Well, my RotoWire refreshes.
Yeah, it shows Embiid in, Kenny Lofton's in for Philly. I don't see him playing much. Jaden Springer off injury report, and Ricky Council Jr. the fourth in. Covington and Melton out, and then on the other side, Levine and Vucevic still out. Me personally, I know Chicago's been good to us, but with Embiid back, he hasn't played since before Christmas. Mm-hmm. He's got to be well rested. The ankle's got to be fine now. And Drummond's old and slow. Embiid's going to absolutely maul this man. He's probably dropping 35 to 40 points in this game. I think this is a spot Philly rolls back on the floor and just gets a dominant win. If I had to get involved, I think I'd take the Philly side or this Embiid 35-plus points and they win at plus 110.
I like that. You're one step ahead of me. I was already writing down notes of the player doubles. So, all right, what do you think about that spread?
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get there on this game because I think that we're opposite. I'm not too excited about laying points with Philly. If I were to counter my own arguments, right, and join hands with Tyler here, Philly does have the highest net rating in the league, and you get that by winning by margin. When Philly wins, they win by a lot. And in fact, I think that some of these, even though they're playing so well, some of the hesitance around really making them a true contender and placing that bet. You didn't join me on that one, did you, Tyler?
No, I didn't.
Yeah. So I took the 76ers at like 13-1 to win the title. But people like Tyler and other people didn't want to join because how's Philly going to fare in a close game? Because when they do win, they win by a blowout. So that's why I'm not super excited to take the plus 11 here. But for me, I'd rather take the Bulls. But projections in Tyler like the 76ers, so that's fine enough for me to stay away.
Okay, sounds good. Then I think that one covers this first game. Let's go over to second game, another big spread. We have San Antonio Spurs at Memphis Grizzlies. Grizzlies are favored by 10.5. Total is 236.5. So spread, you want to break this one down for me?
All right. When we're looking at these two teams, my computer's going so slow today. You're on Spurs Grizzlies, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you had the plus 11?
I'm on FanDuel Sportsbook. It was plus 10.5. Or, okay, 10.5.
11 right around there. San Antonio is 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 when playing Memphis. Makes sense because they've been catching a lot of points lately. Memphis has been strong. While San Antonio has been in the dumps for the past 3 years. The total's gone over 4 of the last 5 times these two teams have played. But Memphis has won straight up the last 5 times that San Antonio has visited. When I'm looking at projections here, I have this one as a right on there, 11.5 point San Antonio win. I have this game slightly to the under, but everything's been going under for me lately, so that doesn't mean a lot to me. Anything else, Tyler, that I'm missing here? These 11-point spreads are tough for me to get involved with, but I will say, Tyler, I would actually rather lay it here than with Philadelphia, just because I think Chicago is pretty good. And I think San Antonio, even though they have, the exciting prospect Victor Wembanyama, they're pretty bad overall. So I actually like laying the 11 here. What do you think, Tyler?
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind laying the 11 here. I don't see Jaw in the injury reports that he should be back. I know he dealt with that illness the last couple games before the break. He didn't play in the Denver game. They lost that game by 30+. He tried to play the next night in the Clippers game. He was in and out of that game in the tunnel. They lost by 11, and then they got blown out on the 31st by the Kings. I don't believe he played in that game either, Spread. Do you remember that one?
Against the Kings?
Yeah.
I can't remember. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I'll look it up, but I don't think he played. I could be wrong there. With him back in, they put up a ton of points. And the Spurs don't play any defense, so I kind of lean over in this one. That 236 might be a little too low. I think this could be a game that touches, say, the 250s. And these Memphis performance doubles, I mean, Ja to score 30 and they win. Where'd that go? We got that at plus 150. If you wanted to go him that double and win, you get an extra 5 cents, plus 155. I really like that 30 plus and win, though. I think he gets to the basket at will. He'll shoot some threes too, and I think he gets up over that 30-point marker.
Like that? Okay. Anything? Do you agree with the total on that you see it going over on this game spread?
No, because I'm worried San Antonio won't do their part. If you want to get involved in the total, take the Memphis team total over.
Okay, I like that.
That's the best bet. And then San Antonio could get there too, so I would rather lay the points than take a San Antonio team total under.
Just out of curiosity. Yeah, I was just going to ask you, have you been doing that more in NBA this season? Because I know you guys have been doing that some more in NFL, and it's been working. I just updated the betting card today, and you guys got Rams team total over this week. And there's been plenty of where you just take the side that are going to score the points. Have you been doing that more in NBA as well?
No, we have not done that yet because I believe the NBA, their performance correlates so much more than the NFL. And the idea is that a high-paced game is going to go over regardless of your offensive efficiencies.
Okay.
Do you see what I'm saying? Where in the NFL, I could be flying high down the field, right?
Yeah.
Just moving the ball quickly, high-paced offense, but the other team cannot,
Right.
And so it just feels that they're so much more correlated in the NBA. I think it's easier to just take the stand on the full game. How many times have we seen teams lay duds, right? Like, for example, San Antonio could lay a dud tonight, but Memphis could go over their team total by so much that the game still goes over.
Right.
We've seen a lot of these teams blowing out their team total, where in the NFL, obviously, you have situations like the Ravens on Sunday. But for the most time, when they go over their team total, it's not by the same percentage.
Right.
Okay.
I just had to ask. I was just curious, just because I know you guys have done it successfully in the NFL. So I was just curious how you approach that. And so that makes perfect sense. Clyde, good to see you. Happy New Year. Thank you for joining us today. Okay. Anything else with this game? And then we can head over to the third game.
That's pretty much it for me on that one.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Well, this is a game, or no, sorry, I jumped ahead. Next game is Brooklyn Nets at New Orleans Pelicans. Pelicans are favored by 5.5 on the book I'm on. Totals 228.5. So spread, what do you like in this one?
All right, let's take a look at how these teams have fared when they're facing off. The total's gone over at the last 5 times these teams have faced off. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I'm on the wrong game. The total has gone over in 14 of Brooklyn's last 16 games visiting New Orleans. That trend's a little too long for it to be indicative of for me. Brooklyn 8-1 straight up in the last 9 against New Orleans. I think that's kind of fair, but at the same time, probably a little too long with all the different iterations that Brooklyn's had over this time span, because we're sorting by 9 games. That's 4.5 years worth. Total. So I would say, if anything, the only trend that we're looking at is these two teams do tend to go over when they play, regardless of how these teams match up. We've seen a lot more stability on the New Orleans side than on the Brooklyn side as far as roster construction. The difference is the Pelicans have been so injured. I think all these trends are probably the least indicative of any game that we have so far today.
Okay.
So just keep that in mind if you're using the trends or SDQL to try and handicap this one. I have this game as a 5.5 point win for the Pelicans, so a slight edge to the Nets. But the Nets were really good against the spread to start the year, and they've definitely regressed to being average as of late. This is the team that got out to a hot start, but they are suffering from the age-old adage of simply not having a number one star on the team. Mikal Bridges is great, and a lot of people had him as a breakout year. I do have a lot of Bridges in best ball, and while he's been good, he hasn't necessarily taken the leap that we've seen before. Almost Tyler likes to talk about this with running backs and usage. We'll do a lot of crossover today, right?
Yeah.
Tony Pollard did so well behind Ezekiel Elliott. Oh, let's have him play all the time, right? The same thing. Mikal Bridges. Oh, now he gets to be the number one. Well, it's a little different, when you're going against the other team's best defender rather than the other team's third best defender. Some other things to look at in this game. So you're going to see that Brooklyn's 56% against the spread overall. But if you look at their recent play, they were at 70% at the beginning of the month. So if you just sort by the last month, they're actually not winning against the spread. Same thing. New Orleans is 56% against the spread so far. Another thing is New Orleans has been very good against the spread at home, and they're losing a lot on the road. So their home road splits are pretty heavy in favor of home for the Pelicans, 11-7 at home ATS, while the Nets have been doing much better at home too. They're only 7-9 on the road against the spread. When I'm looking at this injury report, which of course we have to do because this is the NBA, and these guys, boy, they've had some great evenings the last couple of weeks. So let's see who's really banged up. But surprisingly, Tyler, I don't see anyone of note on this Pelicans. I know Trey Murphy, but the only reason, obviously he's a good player, but he's been in and out so far. I don't really adjust him to the spread that much because we've been getting such inconsistent from him anyways. I feel like my projection's already baked in properly. On the other side, Ben Simmons and Lonnie Walker's out. That's been pretty standard for Brooklyn all year. Quietly, Tyler, we probably don't want to admit it, but Ben Simmons being hurt probably hurt this team more than we want to let on, because when you had Claxton and Simmons, you had two small ball centers that you can run for 48 minutes. And as much, I know Simmons isn't the superstar and isn't worth the salary, but he is much better than Day'Ron Sharpe. That's been rough for the Nets here. Tyler, even though the projections would tell me to take the Nets, I'm going to fade their current slide and the way they've been playing. If I were to jump in here, I do like the Pelicans. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm on the same side as you here. I'd have to take the Pelicans. I mean, Brooklyn's, just like you said, you can't really take much from those trends. They looks good that they beat them 8 of the last times in the last 10. But they're 0-6 ATS in their last 6 on the road, and they're 0-5 versus Western Conference teams in their last 5 ATS. Now, you can go through those teams. They lost to OKC. They lost to Denver. They lost to Utah. They lost to Golden State, and they lost to Denver. They didn't cover any of those games. Well, they're also 3-6 on the year versus Western Conference teams, to where the Pelicans are 5-3 versus the Eastern Conference teams. Just in my head, too, when you do these matchups, you only see these teams once or twice a year, so you really don't have a game plan to play them outside of just watching a little bit of film. Which team would be harder to match up with, Spread? The one that has a player like Zion and Brandon Ingram, or the team with a bunch of guards in small ball centers?
Yeah,
I feel like it'd be a lot harder to game plan for Zion than them. So I could see the Pelicans just blowing the doors off the Nets right here, beating them by double digits, winning this game by 20.
I hate to go too narrative, though. Isn't a Zion a guy that we're really worried about the New Year's hangover?
Yeah, to a point, but didn't they play on New Year's Day or New Year's Eve? I know they played. Where's your schedule at? Let me pull that back up. I know they played one of those 2 days. They played New Year's Eve, and they won by 20.
Okay.
Yeah, that was New Year's Eve. What do you think he did after the game?
I mean, yeah, I guarantee you party, but then he had a day off to recover, so.
Hopefully he got a lot of, hydrated a lot.
If this game was yesterday, maybe I'd buy it on the Nets, but he got a day off.
Get that liquid IV.
Okay.
Feeling better for today. Okay, so you guys are both on the Pelicans on this one. Is that going to be an official play, do you think?
Yeah.
Okay, love it. Tyler,
you think so, Tyler? We're doing it?
I would love to make sure Trey Murphy's in, but we could do it.
We might have Spread frozen. While he's frozen, so Tyler, any performance doubles you got for me in this one?
I don't mind the Brandon Ingram.
Where I'm frozen.
There's a Brandon Ingram 25 plus points and they win at plus 160.
Okay.
There's a Zion. Where's the Zion one? 25 plus points and they win at plus 175. I don't mind either of those. Okay. Or even the Joe Val double and win at plus 190. He should be able to bully Claxton in the paint.
Okay. I always love Joe Val doubles, so I never have a problem talking me into that one. Okay. Anything else on this game? Then we can get to the Boston game you guys were talking about earlier.
That's it for me.
All right, let's go. You guys kind of alluded to this in the intro. We've got Boston Celtics at Oklahoma City Thunder. Celtics are favored by 4. Total in this one is 239.5. So, closest spread of the night so far. So, spread, what do you think of this one? Break this one down for me.
All right. This was the game that I was mentioning earlier when I said that the game's gone over the last 5 times. They've played, and why not? These are 2 teams that like to get up and down the floor, and both have excellent shot makers on both sides, as well as I don't think that they're equipped to stop the other team that well. I think Boston, although Boston is a little better now with Derek White there, they're more equipped to stop forwards. OKC's main player is the guard. OKC's more equipped to stop guards and bigs, and they're going against a team with plethora of forwards. So it makes sense that these 2 teams have gone over when they faced off. Boston's won their last 5 games, but Oklahoma City is 5-0 against the spread the last 5 times these 2 teams have faced off. Boston has just been a juggernaut. When they're playing their best, they appear to be the best team in the league, and I have no one on the injury report on both sides here. So this is a tough game, Tyler. I have the Thunder winning straight up. So this is by far my biggest edge on the board. And I'm going to double check those numbers real quick. Let me make sure I didn't.
They're right.
But I wouldn't be surprised.
They're fine. Don't go try and adjust them. They're fine. Right where they need to be. Those are the right numbers because they're going to win the game.
Okay. Let me know why you think that.
I mean, I think they're more than well equipped to slow down Boston's main guys outside of Tatum. I think Dort can more than stop Jaylen Brown. I'm not scared of Jaylen Brown. Dort could definitely get him out on the perimeter, take the ball away from him. Tatum could be the only guy scoring for him. I think Chet could just make Porzingis look like he's not even involved in the game the way Chet's been playing defense. And these guys have gotten up for these games against big teams. They played Denver a few games ago, 119-93, walked them off the floor. They played Minnesota 2 games before that, beat them by 20. Those are the 2 teams in the Western Conference that are going to be right there at the end. You don't think they're looking across and seeing Boston as maybe one of the teams that's waiting for them in the finals if they get there? I don't think Drew Holiday is like he used to be. I think it's just a name. I think Shea is just going to have him in a torture chamber. Give me OKC +4 money line. They're winning this game outright. He's putting another, what do they want to say, like feather in his cap for his MVP case. Mm-hmm. His number's getting lower and lower. Hopefully you guys got him a +1,000. He's right down in that group at +450 now.
Did you get him at +1,000?
Yep.
Tyler? Okay, that's what I thought. I didn't remember you saying that. Okay, all right. Spread, are you going to join Tyler on the OKC spread and potentially money line?
Yeah, we talked about this before, and teams we love to target during the regular season are teams that still have something to prove. Memphis over the last couple of years as they went from being a perennial lottery team.
Last year, perfect example.
Yeah. Even this year, I still think they have a lot to prove in the regular season where teams like the Clippers, the Lakers, the Celtics are getting there. The Bucks are getting there. The Heat have been there since probably 2009, where the regular season to them, they treat it like a preseason. So we do enjoy targeting teams. Hey, that's fine. I mean, right? When you're already established, we can go ahead and mess around with certain rotations, right? Mess around with resting some guys more than we normally would, maybe not pushing to win some of these regular season games. But I think Oklahoma City is pushing. So that would be my final reason why I like the Thunder. The projections like the Thunder. Tyler likes the matchups. And then I look, and it's met that criteria of a regular season team that's going to take most of the 82 games very seriously because still, I mean, I know these guys try not to, but they listen to the national media, and they're still not being up there with the Celtics, the Lakers, the Nuggets, the Bucks, right? They're not being mentioned in those teams. And I know that they do want to make a statement and do that. And what better way to do that than in this game tonight? And if I remember right, Tyler, is this game on ABC?
I was just going to ask, is this a nationally televised?
Oh, no, this is TNT tonight. Tomorrow night, we have an ABC game, though. It's Bulls Knicks.
Okay. I saw that preview during the whatever college playoffs yesterday, so I couldn't remember which one. And I was going to ask if this was nationally televised tonight.
So. Yeah, this is TNT though, right, Tyler?
I'm pulling it up right now just to double check. No, this one's actually not nationally televised.
Oh, okay.
That's weird. What do they put instead?
Nothing. You got 2 NBA TV games.
Okay.
And this isn't one of them?
Nope. You get Bulls Philly and then Magic Warriors.
Interesting. Okay.
Tomorrow
I can see why they thought
tomorrow your ABC game is Knicks Bulls.
Yeah. I could see why they thought those were better though.
Gotcha. Okay. Anything else in this one? I mean, obviously you guys, it sounds like this might be an official play as well.
Yeah, I like this one more than the other.
I actually like this one more than the last one.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Okay. Any Tyler, before we move on, any props you like in this one?
I mean, just I put the same game parlay together of SGA 30 and they win, and it comes out at 2-1.
Okay.
I'd do that because I don't see, just scrolling through, I don't see him listed. My guess is it's going to be 35 and they win.
They'll probably do a pre-35.
You can definitely get to 35, but I would much rather do just the 30 and they win. And then there's a Chet 3 blocks and they win. Plus 380. That's not a bad look.
Okay. Interesting. That's a fun one, certainly, to root on. We got Ry Cape in the chat. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you as well. Thank you so much for joining us, getting this new year started right with these winners. I like where the guys are headed here. And so let's head over to I believe our 5th game of the night. We've got the Charlotte Hornets at spread Sacramento Kings. Kings big spread here, favored by 16, total 231.5. What do you think about your Kings? I assume you are going to see the beam tonight, spread.
Yeah, we'll see the beam, but I don't know if they light it if we cover the spread. And that's going to be quite the task here. As 16 is about as high as we've seen. And I could be wrong, Tyler, but I think this is the largest non-Detroit Pistons spread. So I think this is the most points that we've got taking a team.
The Spurs held a 17 to the Bucks a couple weeks ago.
Okay, good point. All right, but you see that we're right there, pretty much on the edge, is as high as the bookmakers will put these lines. And so I think it's going to be a tough situation here for the Hornets. Now, do I want to lay 16 with the Kings? I don't think I'm ready to do that. If I were to attack this game, I'd probably attack the total. They've gone over 5 of the last 6 times. They visited Sacramento. Charlotte actually 7-2 against the spread in their last 9 against Sacramento. Sacramento has been going under lately. Maybe that lowers the total for us a little bit here. But when I'm looking at it, what number did you say you had for this total here, Meg?
The total I'm on FanDuel Sportsbook is 231.5.
Yeah, 231 is pretty low for the Kings and the Hornets both individually. So where's my projections here? I have this one projected at 235. So, and we know I've been going low. I like the over in this game if we get involved. What do you think, Tyler?
I would rather just not get involved in this game, to be completely honest. I don't like this game at all. Even with the Hornets players out and it looks like Rozier's not going to play and the Kings are at full strength, they should walk him right off the floor, but I could see Miles Bridges having a decent game here. It's just a weird game, too. I hate these big spreads. I'd probably just stay away from this game completely.
What about you, Spread? Are you're tempted to hit the over?
I'm going to try and talk him into the over when we're done with this. But we really preached discretion last week, and we're back into it. But I still think this is a tough time to bet the NBA, especially coming off all these crazy weekends. And we know that these guys are not necessarily prioritizing basketball right now. So, but 231 seems pretty low to me.
Okay. Okay, so that takes us, if that's it on that game, that takes us to our last game of the night, which was Orlando Magic at the Golden State Warriors. Warriors are favored by 3, and the total in this one is close to the other one, 230.5. So, Spread, why don't you break this one down for me and see if we like any bets in this one?
Orlando, another team that started out hot against the spread and has kind of regressed to the mean. Not saying that they're bad, but they have had problems with inconsistency. So they started out hot, then they went through a struggle. Now they seem to be hot again, as they are 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 games. They have gone under in 5 of their last 6 games, and Golden State has won 9 of Orlando's last 10 trips to Golden State. Once again, I do think that can be a little bit deceiving because of how good Golden State is over this trend, and then how bad Orlando has been up until this year. Looking at what I projected this game at, I have it coming in as a Magic win. Tyler, are you surprised by that?
Not really. I'm not high on the Warriors this year spread, and we know their home court hasn't been what it used to be.
Mm-mm.
And I think there's a big thing that stands out when you look at their injury report / starting lineup for tonight that makes me want to bet Orlando.
What's that?
Chris Paul's in the starting lineup.
Oh, okay.
That's just, I don't think that should be, he shouldn't be there. I think that's going to make things, him and Clay out on the floor together, I still don't like it. It just makes things weird. I feel like he should be running the second unit. I don't like that. I feel like that could put them behind the 8 ball to start the game, and Orlando's defense could slow down Steph. And we've seen Steph get slowed down by Miami the other night spread, and he couldn't do a thing up until about the second half. So I can see this being another one. I think I'd take Orlando here. So
you like the Orlando money line then?
Yep.
Okay. Rye Cape likes the under in this one. What about that? What about that? Are you?
This is another one I have projected to go over.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. He says, Golden State on the struggle bus and Orlando good defense, but yeah, I think you guys made a lot of good points for Orlando. So Tyler likes Orlando. Are you staying away from the side here, spread?
No, I like Orlando here. I would actually much rather play the side than the total.
Okay, so you like the side better than the total, and you're joining Tyler on that one too then.
Yeah, and I can see why Rye Cape likes the under here as well. He does talk about Orlando's strong defense,
right?
Especially matching up against Golden State, who can be rather limited offensively. And I think for this game to go over, and this is why I'm afraid to also press the button on the under, right? But Steph goes nuclear, and all our stuff goes out the window. And we know that he is capable of doing that, where there's certain teams that we just know they don't even have a nuclear option there. But no, if I were to jump in this game, I like Orlando's side much better. Projections have that as a pretty big edge as well. 2 dogs there. I could take a money line, even profit if I go 1-1.
Yeah,
I think that's an interesting way to approach today.
Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. Since this one is a tighter spread, as opposed to the Kings game before, Tyler, any props you like in this game, or based on the fact that it's a tough defense, not really?
No, I like the Orlando props here. Franz Wagner over 23.5. He's been very good. I think he can get to that 25 marker. He might even be able to get to 30 against this Warriors team. The other guy I like is this Trace Jackson Davis over on his rebounds. He's also plugged into the starting lineup. He's basically going to start the center spot. And Orlando's got a very good defense. They're a bigger team, but they don't have a very dominant center. Like Wendell Carter does his job, but he's not like a black hole when it comes to rebounds. Like he's not going to swallow up 20 of them. Trace Jackson could definitely get up over this 7.5 number at even money. So like that. And also don't mind this Podziemski to get 2 steals. He has been a great player. He fills the stat sheet. There's that weird bet on FanDuel I've seen where it's like player to record a stat and points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks. You could probably get him at a nice 5-1 number. I don't hate betting him there for that either.
Oh, that's a fun one. That's a fun one to root on. Well, Rye Cape is might be joining you, might be tailing you on this one. And I like the approach on that too.
Yeah, that's a good point. Let's dive into that real quick. Everything's going so slow for me as I'm trying to click through all these numbers. But I do want to see where Orlando is against the spread on the road.
They're 10-6 ATS away this year.
Okay.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
See, that surprises me.
4-2 ATS in their last 6 on the road. And that's over their last 10.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess you're right. They're 12-4 against the spread at home, 10-6 on the road. Overall, they're the second best ATS team at 19-13. And to his point, they've gone 8-7 to the under on the road. So this team has gone under a little more than over. The Magic are 17 to the under, 14 to the over, one push.
Okay. Well, I think then that reaches the best bets time of the show. Before we get each of your best bets, I have one more DGen question for Tyler. Tyler, there are 2 or 3 guys, threes props you like? I mean, you're doing a show with me. I either ask about player performance doubles or threes. That's how I like to have fun in the NBA streets. Just sprinkle a little fun. Any fun threes bets you have for me?
Just a couple guys, just reading them off, going through the games. For the Philly game, I wouldn't mind Maxey in that one.
Mm-hmm.
The Memphis game, I wouldn't mind Bane there. The Pelicans game, McCollum. The Thunder game, if you could find a line for him, I doubt it though, because he's not a starter. Isaiah Joe.
Oh yeah.
When he shoots a three,
I do a 3-line for him. I've seen.
Okay, if you find that, I don't mind him. The Kings game, I'd probably take a Monk line because they could blow them out. He could see some extended run there.
Yeah.
And then for the Warriors game, just go with Steph.
Yeah. Okay. I like that. Always, again, I like either doing like a little fun double parlay or a threes parlay or of course the performance doubles parlay that Tyler crushes. So anyways, thank you for letting me get through the DGen section of this show. Now it's time to take this seriously. You guys seem to lock arms on multiple bets here. It'll all be up on fanspeak.com. Go to the sports betting tab and it's under the NBA treasure map. You can see all the X marks the spot and their official plays for tonight. But Spread, give me your favorite bet of the night.
All right. Hopefully I'm not stealing tires here, but go ahead and give me. I'll take the Thunder. I'm catching 4 points and I am at home. So I'll take the Thunder +4.
Okay, so Spread's best bet of the night is Thunder +4. Tyler, what is your best bet of tonight?
Can I just take the same one as them? So I think that's the best one on the board.
Do that.
I think it's the best one on the board, and I don't want to fire on something else.
Yeah. And you guys will have other things marked on the sheet. You guys mentioned other things where you said you think it's going to be official play. Again, go check those out on fanspeak.com, sports betting tab, NBA treasure map. But that just means you guys like this one a lot. So it's both of your best bets of the night. All right, final thoughts. We got your best bets. Tyler gave me some DGen fun to start the new year. Final thoughts, Spread, before we get out of here.
Man, I'm excited to get back into the NBA grind. It's been a weird couple weeks here.
It has.
With the holidays on the Mondays. So I feel a little bit behind, but I think Tyler and I did a good job of recognizing that we were a little bit overcommitted mentally and to dial back on the volume and not give away all the hard work that we've done so far this season. So things will slow down here. A lot of teams are already eliminated in the NFL, and then we drop from capping 16 games to playoff games, and we don't have any weird stuff going on either. So I think it'll be a lot easier, and I think that we're definitely going to dominate the NBA for this 2024 period here.
I love it. That's a good way to start the new year. Tyler, any final thoughts before we get to this Tuesday slate?
No, just lock in these bets, cash these winners tonight, and be back for Thursday for the NFL talk.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's going to be fun, huh?
That's what I like to hear. Well, yeah, you finally got me on a rookie prospect, college quarterback prospect. So lots to talk about Thursday. Join us Thursday for the NFL betting.
Only one?
Well, I just got it so enamored with Michael Penix Jr. last night. I watched his full game. So
I saw 4 NFL quality quarterbacks last night, Meg.
4?
Yeah.
One of those guys couldn't even throw the goddamn ball. Spread.
Who? Okay, now you need to tell me. I'm sorry, I know this is an NBA show, but who were the other?
You don't
3?
like Milroe?
Milroe is nowhere near an NFL quarterback. He's an NFL running back.
Yeah, he's an NFL running back. Yeah.
All right.
I bet
maybe we'll take him off.
I was this close.
I can't believe they ran him with the quarterback power with the game on the line.
I know. I was gonna say, why did he go?
Their center couldn't figure out how to snap the football.
I was gonna say it was a bad snap. It was
I love college football for the intensity and it's entertainment wise. I think it's better than the pros, but gambling wise, Screw college football.
Yeah.
When you got guys on the field like that, when that dude ain't even going to sniff the pros, like that dude's going to go be an electrician or something. Like, why am I betting on that guy?
That's a fair point. Wait, I just need to know, is the other one
that commercial where it's like Spread, I think we talked about it before, where it's like, I wish they could bet on us. And it's like they just like they're tilted because we didn't do our job in under 8.5 hours or whatever.
Yeah, I like that one.
Like betting on that Bama game last night when I watched that center snap the ball.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty funny. That's so true. Wait, I just need to know, who are the other two? Bo Nix, I assume.
He's great too.
Yeah,
he's like 30 years old already.
Is he?
That's
is he
fine.
old?
I didn't say he was going to play.
Bo Nix matched up with Justin Herbert in college.
Wait,
yeah.
He what with it?
He played Justin Herbert.
They played against each other.
Week 1 of a college football season. Let that sink in.
Yeah, I was going to say that's not computing. It's not computing.
It doesn't, but somehow it happened.
Okay.
I like Penix too, but he throws a nice ball.
He throws a beautiful ball.
He's like 26 years old and he's made of glass.
That part scares the shit out of me because the whole he's
a what, 5th, 6th-year senior because he got injured 4 straight years at Indiana.
I think they said on the broadcast it was 3 or 4 straight years. Yeah,
I think that's why he's falling down draft boards.
Yeah.
A big Tua Tagovailoa with that arm and that beautiful ball. I'm just saying, I became enamored. The other ones, I don't know. We'll talk about that Thursday. So anyways, thank you guys so much for joining us. Join us Thursday on the NFL betting card. Check out fanspeak.com and good luck tonight. And we will see you Thursday.